Video is going to show how to use EduClimber to be able to take a look at multiple years and multiple different data sources. So I'm going to go ahead and click over to my class. And in this case, I am picking Megan as my user. Your name will pop up there for yours. And I'm going to pick trimester 1, English 10A. But if you had multiple that you wanted to take a look at, you could click multiple on here and just make a larger data wall. In this case, it's just third hour, but again, if you had multiple hours, you could put multiple hours in here if it was the same class. And then this is where I am picking the different data sources. So in this case, because it's 10th graders this year, I know that they took the ACT Aspire, so I'm going to click that. And then I also know that they took the STAR exam, so I'm going to click that. And then finally, I'm going to put in what years I want to take a look at. So I'm going to click this year so I can see this year's STAR exams, but I'm also going to put last year's as well so I can see what those ACT Aspire results are. So from that, I'm going to click search, and what's going to pop up is a handful of different charts for me. One of the first things that you're going to notice is across the top here, you've got some different tabs. So in this case, we've got some literacy, we've got some math, we've got science, we've got combined performance. That's for your ACT Aspire. We've got behavior, and we've got attendance. So in my case, I want to take a look at literacy, and so I'm going to use the literacy tab. And then from there, you can see all the different charts here. So green is above benchmark, and red is below benchmark. And this is the ACT Aspire English. This is reading. And then we've got the writing scores here. And then finally, we've got the STAR reading scores here. One of the things that you can do is some of these tests have different target sets. And so, for example, STAR's got not just its national percentile, but it's also got growth percentile too. So if I click that over to growth percentile, what this will show me is the number of students who are above the 50th mark for 50th percentile for growth, and the students who are below the 50th percentile for growth. So just a different way of looking at the data. The other thing is that some pieces of data have multiple, like more nuanced, more detailed target details, and so you can get to that by hitting the target chart details. And in this case, for STAR, what it's going to do is it's going to pull the actual percentile. So this will show you the number of students who are at the 91st or above percentile. Here are the students who are at the 76th to 90th, and then all the way down to this last group here, which is below the 10th percentile. So again, just a different way of being able to look at it. I'll be a little bit more specific with what data. Not all data has that, so for example, Aspire doesn't, so if I change target details, it doesn't really change anything. You can show the labels on there too. And so if I do that, then it will show me the actual percentages on the chart, so I don't have to put my mouse over it. The other piece I wanted to show you was the data wall. So I'm going to click the data wall there. And what the data wall is going to do is it's going to show me all the students, and it's going to show me all their scores. Now, I've got mine in top secret mode, so you don't see student names, just numbers, but yours will have names on there. But this is all the different data that we just had on here. So in this case, this is all my Aspire data, and if you need to, you can kind of click and drag there, and it'll give you a little bit more information. But this is all my Aspire data. This is my STAR data from the 16-17 school year, and this is my STAR data from my 17-18 school year. And what this does is it just allows you to be able to see a little bit more details about the student. So instead of just taking a look at one piece of data like this year's STAR data, you can go back and you can see a little bit more about the student and see if maybe there's some other data points can give you a little bit more information about the student. If maybe this was just a bad day for them testing and they did fairly well in previous tests or in previous years, then this will kind of just give you a little bit more information about that. You can sort if you just hit the test up at the top. Oh, sorry, wrong one. It's loading a different data wall with all the sub-scores for the Aspire English right now. which isn't what I wanted to do. There we go. So if I hit the spring down here, what that will do is it will sort. So now I've got the lowest on the top, I hit it again, and then it's got the highest on the top. Obviously these students didn't take the Aspire last year. It doesn't look like they were here at our school these years. So anyways, the other option, so here would be if I wanted to sort by this year's students, you can take a look at these are the students who took the spring star and compare it to some of the other data pieces here. So you can see this is kind of an interesting piece of data. You had a student who really struggled last year but did really well this year and did pretty well here. So maybe this was just a bad testing day, but then you've got below benchmark as well for the Aspire reading and writing too. So again, all it does is just gives us a little bit more data to make informed decisions about what we want to work on in our classes. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to give me a holler. I'll be happy to help you out with anything dealing with the EduClimber. Thanks.